Welcome to the D&D Morning Show.
Boom, bing.
Oh dear gosh, that is back.
That's that.
Where did that come from?
These things just come out for me. Come from me. They're not planned. I don't know what's coming.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what's coming.
Anyway, today we're talking about the forgotten about macronutrient, which is
Fiber / antioxidants.
That's our main topic today. We'll start off with a fun fact about Drew and his fibrous greens, what he does with them. And we have a smoothie recipe, a green smoothie recipe for you, and we'll end off with a kind of funny quote.
That's right. Jam-packed show. Sit back and enjoy.
All right, let's talk about the quote. You want me to say, or the quote? Let's talk about the fun fact.
Bring it.
Okay, this is more of a enjoyable fun fact rather than a funny fun fact. It could be funny, I suppose. But one day I came home a long time ago, and on my counter, in a vase, was a bouquet of basil.
Giant
A
bouquet.
giant bouquet of basil, and I thought it was hilarious. It was Drew, obviously, who put the bouquet of basil there, and I thought it was so hilarious that, I never thought about a veggie bouquet before.
Yeah, and then I moved on and put other things in water like that, and I think you can put like celery in water and store it in the fridge, for example. And then carrots, you can store carrots in the fridge, in water. It just keeps them fresh and crisp and healthy.
So Drew's idea was to keep it fresh.
That's right.
But for me, it was kind of funny because I'm like, well, normally you put flowers in the vase, but here's basil, and he put all kinds of different, like kale in there, like in the vase, and you put all kinds of different stuff, spinach.
It's a beautiful bouquet. It's like a bouquet you can eat.
That's right, an edible bouquet.
That's right.
So let's talk about fiber, Drew.
That's right.
Let's get into it because it is part of our macronutrient list, but it's often forgotten about.
Right, and I don't even think it has a name. Like, who talks about... See, we don't even have a name for it. We call it fiber / antioxidants.
All right.
And it's not like enticing or sexy.
Oh my gosh!
That's right. It's just not interesting because you have like protein. Like, when I always say, people are usually obsessed with one macro. And when I say one macro, it's usually just out of the three. So some people are usually obsessed with fats, carbs, or proteins.
And usually with proteins, the obsession comes from like getting a lot of protein.
Or enough protein.
Yeah, and with the carbs and the fats, it's usually people being scared of them, right? Being obsessed not to have enough.
Not having too much of it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the other macronutrient, the fourth one that no one talks about,
The best one.
we need to talk about fibers and antioxidants because they're so important.
And one of the things that I like about them is there's not much there isn't any worry that comes along with it, right? Like I talked about the protein, people worry that they have enough protein. The carbs and the fats, people worry that they have too much. But with the fiber and antioxidant category, there's no worry that's attached to that. You can have as much greens as you want.
That's right. So when it comes to this macronutrient category, we need the fiber in our body, which helps us process and digest different types of food. So if you could look at proteins, for example, fiber will help your body break down the proteins and digest them. So if you don't have enough fiber, then we know we probably have digestive issues. So if you don't go to the bathroom every day, like you should go have a bowel movement every day. And if you don't, then there's probably some type of constipation going on there. And it could be happening for so long, it's just normal to you. Like you think that's going to be normal, and it's not. So we can tell that we don't have enough fiber, for example. And then if we have indigestion, that something's happening in our body. And I say indigestion, I mean like if you have gas or you're like burping or the thing you just ate's coming back up. We say like, I had that and I tasted it all day.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to happen. It's usually a low quality food or some kind of issues going on with your gut and your intestines or the acidity in your gut or in your stomach line.
But usually what happens is we go, like when this is happening to us in digestion, we go and we grab the bottle of Tums, or I'm not even sure what all of those Rolaids and then instead of looking to ways to increase the fiber in our diet to reduce those issues, we're grabbing those things, which cause even more digestion issues in the end.
Right.
So it's really important to make sure that you're having enough fiber in your diet.
That's right. So that's fiber. Then we look at the antioxidants, and then we get a few big words in here that could be scientific.
Yeah,
but
he's going to get sciencey on us.
But if you look at, so antioxidants fight free radicals. So we need antioxidants to fight free radicals. Free radicals are processed food, sugar, toxins, coloring, which is in a lot of different low-quality foods, pollution in our environment, and then we have tobacco, alcohol, those other stimulants. So those are free radicals. And most of us have like an alcoholic beverage, for example. Some of us smoke, for example. So, and then we're all outside at some point breathing in toxins through pollution. So we need free radicals. These are all, I should also say these are anti-aging as well. So these cause more wrinkles in our skin. These cause the free radicals cause our bodies to age more quickly. So you need antioxidants to fight them. Otherwise, we have no protection against them. So we need to have dark leafy greens, bright colored vegetables in our diets on a regular basis to help our bodies fight the free radicals or improve our digestion with the fiber content.
And I think it's important too that when we are looking at a balanced meal with all the different macros, it's important that this fiber category is included as well to help with the digestion and process all of those other macros on our plate. So a kind of a rule of thumb that we go by is the veggies or the fibrous greens should be about half your plate.
Right. And that sounds extreme to a lot of people, but just think about that. Like these vegetables, they transport the proteins, they break down the carbohydrates, so they're always helping our body through the process of digesting food. So you're going to have more energy, you're going to feel better, you're going to see some side effects you may have had for years by having your greens on your dish on a consistent basis. That's why it's so important to have that balance of macronutrients you're talking about.
Drew, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Bring it.
What? I hear this all the time, and I just want to know what you would say to this. I hear all the time, well, I don't eat green stuff. I don't like green stuff. Like, I don't like spinach. I don't like broccoli. Green is gross. So what would your answer be to that?
Is that a question?
Yeah. So if I said, well, I'm not going to eat green stuff because it's gross, what would you say to me?
Well, I think that if you look at someone that's not willing to change, they're not going to change. Like, you can't make someone change. If someone says, I'm not going to have greens, there's no way, then, I mean, you could put greens in your smoothie, like a good quality green powder. That would be a good option, but I think people have to be ready to change. Otherwise, they're not going to.
Good answer.
But you also have to understand from that individual standpoint, their digestion isn't going to get any better.
Right.
They're not going to feel any better. They're not going to be able to fight free radicals. So they'll get wrinkles quicker. They'll age quicker. It's endless, really. And if someone doesn't want to change in their life, then that's what they're stuck with.
But if you aren't used to having a lot of greens on your plate, you can just start small as well, is one tip I was going to offer, right? I mean, we like to promote that half of your plate is greens, right? But if you're not there yet, that's fine. But if you have 0 greens on your plate, try to just put a little bit of greens on your plate and then move on from there.
Yeah, good tip.
It's my tidbit of the day.
Do you have a recipe?
Yeah, it's actually a green smoothie recipe. So this is a great way to get a whole lot of fiber and antioxidants into your body all at once. So we've got, we have water, of course, and filtered water. We have cucumber and celery, which together actually make complete protein. A lot of people don't know that. It's super cool to us that 2 plants can make a complete protein. So cucumber, celery, then we have some spinach, cilantro, parsley, and lemon. And then we have ginger and turmeric because they're very anti-inflammatory as well.
That's right.
So it works best in a high-powered blender. If you don't have a high-powered blender, I would suggest not putting the stems in. So picking off the cilantro and the parsley leaves and putting them in, or powdered parsley, powdered cilantro, because we found with the that they didn't blend up so well in our other
With
blender.
a low quality blender.
With our, yeah.
And you can also put a hint of cayenne pepper in there.
Ooh,
to
yeah.
Spice it up. It's also cleansing, also increase your metabolism as well. So there's tons and tons of nutrients in the green smoothies, which is why we have one every morning.
Okay.
And you'll also notice that you'll get a energy boost because of all the phytonutrients filling up your cells.
Funny story quickly. So I bring my green smoothie when I was working at school. I would bring it to school, and most people are walking around with coffee, right? And I have my green smoothie. I get so many stares and looks. And this one time, someone was staring at my green smoothie, and I said, "This is my energy boost in the morning," right? But it's kind of funny. It's definitely a big transition.
Yeah.
From coffee, because I was a coffee addict at one time.
All right, then off with a quote.
The quote is kind of a funny quote, and I'm not sure where I heard this, but it's stuck in my head from childhood, and I don't know where it came from. But the quote is, "Fiber sniper, go for the taste." And it came from a commercial, and I don't know if it was like, I'm pretty sure it was a cereal commercial, like Shreddies or something like that, but I don't know where it came from. But it's pretty funny, hey?
Well, that goes back to the quote, or to the question that you asked me of someone that's like, "I just don't like greens," or like someone that says, "I would rather just go for taste instead of quality foods that would have fiber in it." And like, it's just so difficult to change your lifestyle or work towards a healthy lifestyle if you're not willing to make those small changes. Or if you're just obsessed with taste, like I just want some sugar, just want some taste, not worried about anything else.
Right. All right.
That's going to wrap it up for this edition of Exploring Mind and Body.
Wrong show, Drew! That'll wrap it up for the D&D morning show.
Don't forget to tune in to Exploring Mind and Body.
You meant to do that. Put a little plug in there.
ExploringMindandBody.com.
Anyway, we're going to leave you with that, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye.
See ya.